forward to it actually, and how exciting that you kind of broke into the equestrian world with Bill, and it's through people. What's kind of fun too, and I know George talked about this on Saturday when he went through comp plan, but the whole point of being able to work deep in depth in your organization is you're drawing out that leadership to build a huge organization. And all of a sudden you find yourself in this sort of new place with new people, this new awareness, this new community, this new culture, and it's so much fun. So, and yes, you're getting paid to do it too, which is so fun. So I loved seeing that. And I love being able to work with you and your team. So yeah, in fact, yeah, I mean, and who else would actually like to share? Thank you, Frida, for sharing that. Who else would like to share? I just realized I kind of went off on a tangent there. Who else would like to share a bit?
Good morning.
Good morning,
Good morning,
BJ.
BJ.
Hi, guys. I just wanted to let you know, everybody knows I've been pretty much laid up with this sprained ankle. I still can't walk, but it gave me the break I needed to really dive into the app. And I have been able to share so much on the app in between tax returns and bookkeeping. And it's just been really great because it's letting the experts work for you rather than trying to answer all the questions and blah, 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 blah. Oh, well, you have a question about that? Okay, great. Let me send you some information. It's totally perfect, and I'm totally psyched about that.
Oh, wow, BJ. Yeah, sometimes
And that's
we're
it.
forced. Thank you for sharing that. Sometimes we're forced to slow down to speed up in other areas. So I'm glad you're able to take that time to really dive into the app. I love the app. Oh my gosh, it's so much fun. And if you guys have the Pulse version, I love that you're able to add your own media links and content and things like that and be able to share those and track who's seeing it. The new app is awesome and it's just getting better and better every day. There'll definitely be some new announcements coming soon. So I'm grateful for the app. All right, who else would like to share?
I would.
Hi, Tracy. Go ahead. How are you?
Well, number one is I loved y'all's presentation Thursday. It was so inspiring. And I I actually had someone come to my house. Anyway, and I've given them information. I'm sending them information. How you taught me to. You to copy the link, So thank you so much. I know this is going to help me quit stalling and build my business. And that's what I'm excited about.
Tracy, you are a rock star, my friend. You are not afraid to share. So I think just having that extra tool and being able to utilize the app better is totally going to help. But it's so fun. It was so fun being with you. So thank you for showing up, right? Showing up is all of it, isn't it, friends? Just being there, being close to the fire, right? Being plugged in, which is why we have these calls every day, right? They're not Monday through Wednesday or Monday through, Friday. They're every day except for Sunday, right? And so that's one reason we do that is because we want to hit everybody in their own timing and their own pace, being able to check in. And the more people that you bring on board, Tracy, and everybody, and the more people you get them plugged into these calls, the easier it is to do your job of continuing to share, right? And recruit. And recruiting is the answer. Remember Rita, we talked about Rita. Recruiting is the answer, right? Continuously building your organization, your business. So thanks for sharing that, Tracy. Okay, who else would like to share?
Thank you.
You're welcome. All right.
Who else wants to share what they're excited about, something, opportunity? But before, I want to say that I'm really, really grateful of all the meetings that we are having here. And in the case of the team on Ocala, I mean, they really show how they want to be successful. I was very impressed how they have organized the team, how they're working for the board of directors, the 10 people board of directors. The potential they have, but it's because they are doing it and they believe that they can do it. That's important, belief, and believe with action, obviously, because you can believe something, but if you don't go into action, you go, oh, as a matter of fact,
there's Frida's whiteboard.
Frida has the board with the board of directors and all the different people in their team. that they feel they are gonna go crazy. And I'm sure they are good crazy, by the way. There are many ways to go crazy.
Yes, yes, awesome.
Thank you.
Awesome. Okay, oh, Gary, did you want to share? Oh, I saw you unmute. I wasn't sure. Oh, you're muted still. Sorry, Gary. Okay. Oh,
Yeah, I just want to say thank you to you and George. Yeah, we're excited about the business. We're moving forward, but we also have great leaders to follow, and we appreciate that.
oh. Well, you guys have such a plan and such a mission to help so many people. And so I was just really excited. I mean, I know George too, to just see how well organized you guys are with all of this. And there's no doubt that you're going to be on stages, you know, at elites and 4-stars soon, my friend. You guys are rocking it out. So proud of you.
And I love that you love numbers, because you know numbers. I love numbers.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, go ahead, Jasmine, and then Antoinette, and then we'll get started. Go ahead, Jasmine.
Yeah, good morning, everyone. I just shared at the Christine's Zoom just a minute ago, but I did an event at our yoga studio yesterday. They allowed 5 vendors. Every month we do an open house. And so I was able to make a display with all the products and do a little raffle. I was right in the front and meet just so many people from our yoga studio. There are like hundreds of people that came by, but I have all the little, I was like, oh, do you want to enter a raffle? You know, so I put it out there, and I got about 24 people who put their names in for the raffle. And actually the guy that won at the end, because I had the manager pick the name, he actually said it like to 2 other people, I'm gonna win the prize. So I'm like, oh, I'm glad when I get to tell him that he actually did win. But it was great to meet all the people. I had another one of my founders who goes to the yoga studio, who was wanting to work her business, the business with me. And just hearing her interact and the way that she was talking with all the, you know, all the clients that came in, like it was just encouraging for me to hear her affirm that she really believes in the products and what it's done for her. But yeah, so it was just great. I have 24, you know, new leads with these, just the raffle prizes, but I set up about 3 appointments with people this week. I connected with the vendors who were there. So it was just, even my son, who's 13, asked me like, well, what was your favorite part? What did you like about your event? You know, and I was like, well, just meeting all the new people that I got to make new friends today. So, you know, that was just encouraging. And I just want to share my good news. Thanks.
Love that. Thank you so much. That's wonderful. Great job, you guys. Seriously, it's always good. That's fun to do events like that. And it sounds like you were really prepared, which is even better. So yeah. All right. Thanks for sharing that, Jasmine. Okay. Okay, go ahead, Antoinette.
Yes, well, while you guys are having fun in Florida, you look so glowy. I just want to thank George again because he got it started. But George, remember the 21 ladies that we did Zoom for? Well, 2 of the ladies are brand ambassadors, and then Gladys kind of got them together. And as you guys know, I had to do the Spanish call, but Gladys and we interpreted. See, Christine built in Mexico the #1 big team, and she doesn't speak Spanish. So I'm like, I'm going to be Christine. So anyway, it was great. And then from that event on Wednesday night, they booked really fast. They're like, oh, we want to get going. That was Wednesday. Saturday, we had 22 people at an event. And they were almost all spoke only Spanish, but Gladys and me. And I don't know if Gladys's new person is here, but they're so excited. And they're gonna build Dallas. And tomorrow night we have Holly and Corbin in Dallas, and they're bringing people. But when you guys come in March, we're having a Spanish event. But these ladies want to do something every week, and they're on fire. So Gladys, yes, if you'll just real quick, you're on fire.
Well, thank you, Antoinette, because Christina and you have been amazing, great leaders. And yes, you're going to be the next Christine in Mexico and in Salvador and in all these Spanish-speaking countries that they allow us to come in, because you are on fire, my friend. They love you. They love you. So
Thank you.
That's
no, thank
wonderful.
you. You're amazing. Thank you for your support.
Congratulations, Gladys and Antoinette. You guys, I
you.
believe it. Here we
Yeah.
go. Here comes the Spanish-speaking market. It's on the
Oh,
rise.
yes.
Doing a great
So,
job.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Adrian, I just wanted to recognize we have a new team member coming from a different company, Sylvia Barrett, and she is an amazing leader, and we're just so happy to have her part of our team. And Sylvia, would you like to just say a couple of words?
Well, I'm excited to be here. Jackie Craver is one that brought me into the company, and we both have another business too, but I have been intrigued with this, and I'm excited, and I'm all about wellness, so I'm excited to be here. I don't know enough to even say anything, but it's fun listening and learning. I appreciate everything.
Well,
Well,
Sylvia,
we're so-
welcome. I did your call with you and Jackie.
Yes.
I know I don't have any makeup on right now, but
Yeah.
Oh, that's okay.
I don't recognize her.
That's
But
all
I'm
right.
so happy that you're here. Thank you for
Thanks.
saying yes to 3.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, awesome. So exciting. Well, we have got a full house, and so I know we've all shared a lot, and you guys are learning a lot. George and I today, you know, we know that you guys just had a big week yesterday and a big weekend, and so we wanted to lightly touch on follow-up real quick, just as a reminder of what are some good ideas to follow up for these last 15 minutes that we have here, roughly. So we're going to quickly share our screen. Let us know when you can see this. I'd love a thumbs up if that's okay. And we're going to talk a little bit about follow-up. Thank you, Gladys, for the thumbs up. Appreciate it.
One quick thing,
so-
Adrian, if we can, we have a new team member on this morning, and I'd like to recognize this Bill
Oh, yes.
Beckenstow. He was at our meeting Thursday night, so he's with us today too as well.
Welcome.
You met Bill at our house. So.
Welcome. Yay, awesome. So happy to have you guys here, you guys. That's amazing. Yes. And always we want to welcome all of our new members at the beginning of this call too, you guys. So it's awesome. Thank you guys for being on, and you guys, thank you for being here. And we hope that you guys stay plugged into this call. It's such a great resource, right? We want you guys to, you know, how do they say you stay warm and you stay close to the fire, right? And here's the fire. The fire is when all of the leaders get together in the morning and we collaborate to help us be able to create better business ideas and be able to get out there and really build large businesses. So thank you guys for being on, and thank you for welcoming your new team members. All right, so we're going to dive into our quick follow-up. The fortune is in the follow-up. George and I know that. Yeah, you can go out and do 100 trade shows. You can make a 100s names list, right? You can go follow the Our Legacy Makers, 5-point recruiting system. But this is the biggest piece of the pie, right? There's only 2 ways that we make money in this industry. The first one is when we personally enroll somebody or sponsor somebody. The second is when our team enrolls or sponsors somebody, right? Those are really the only 2 ways we really make money outside of retail, like selling, right? So like if you were to retail the products in the upfront part, but otherwise you're bringing people on board or your team is bringing people on board. So how do we talk to people in a way that they go, oh, I want to say yes. And I'm sure Sylvia and our brand new members could say, I know why I said yes, right? A lot of it is because they see potential here, whether it's with the products, the business, or both. And so we really want to identify the difference between a customer and somebody who is going to help build an organization, or a sharer, somebody who's willing to share their story or share their success. And a lot of times, I would say 90% of the time, you're bringing somebody on because they're excited about the product. And then that 10% of the time, we're transitioning them to the business. Now, if you have somebody come in and says, hey, I'm ready to make money, woo, you better sit down with them, make sure they get through that recruiting system, and make sure you start tapping in and helping them build a big business and getting that ROI. But we're going to talk a little bit about the DMO, the daily method of operation. So when you are working your names list, whether you've gathered contacts from, a trade show, or maybe you already have a large portfolio or a large network that would be interested in these products, or maybe you've sat down and you've physically written out, maybe you've even gone through your cell phone and you've written down 100 names, right? Using your tracker form on ourlegacymakers.com. And you sat there and you're like, okay, what's next, right? Well, we need to connect with those people. We need to present to them and we need to follow up. So let's assume for this that we've already connected. Hey, hey, Christine, I see that you have built successful businesses in the past. I'm very excited about launching this new proactive wellness company. I would love for you to put some eyes on it and take a look at it for me. And then Christine says, sure, Adrian. And then we jump on a Zoom together and George does a presentation for Christine and she has lots of questions and he helps her overcome some of those questions, right? Now we're at a point where we're like, okay, it's time for Christine to get started. How are we going to do this?
Okay,
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm just following your slides, sorry. Okay,
Continue.
so the whole point is that we need to make sure that we follow up because 50% of us never follow up and then we complain and we say, why am I not making money or why am I not building a big business? And it takes 5 to 7 touches, right? 80% of the sales happen after the 5th time of following up. So let's say Christine's like, Adrian, I'm happy in my other company. I'm not looking at anything different right now. I see the value in your comp plan, but I'm not ready. Now, Christine's a high level leader. That's not somebody that I'm just gonna like stop communicating with, right? Because I know the value of what she could do when she came over to an organization. So I might check in with her. Okay, no problem, Christine. Permission to follow up with you next week. Okay, sure. I'm going to follow up with her next week. I'm going to find a creative way to check in, see how Christine's doing. How's everything going in your XYZ business, Christine? Have you put any more thought into trying the products? Have you put any more thought into, anybody that if you run across somebody that your business isn't for, but that 3 might be for, right? I'm going to find creative ways to follow up. I'm going to do that several different times. And so only 3% follow up more than 5 times, right? Okay, only 3% follow up more than 5 times. And so if you guys are looking at that going, oh my gosh, that could be me. Maybe I'm not following up more than 5 times. Somebody tells me no, and I go, and you're like a turtle, right? And you like crawl back in your shell because somebody told you like no for now, right? And so you kind of crawl back in your shell. And you're like, well, I've already talked to Nicole. I've talked to her, once, and she was very adamant that she was not interested. Okay, well, we don't know what's going to happen, right? George and I talked to a couple just this weekend in Naples whose husband, he just got let go of his job. Now they're interested. Now, I'm not saying that, hopefully we don't want, not great things to happen to people, but life changes, people change, and that's why you consistently follow up. There's 2 sayings I used to always say. I would say, if it moves, it recruits. Okay. If it moves, it recruits. Okay. If it moves, I keep recruiting. Okay. And, nobody has ever yelled at me. And the multiple times I followed up with them, nothing bad has ever happened to me. Even my friend who's like, Adrian, oh my gosh, I would love to not hear about 3 for a second. I'm like, no problem. I will not talk about 3. Let's talk about what you want to talk about for a little bit, right? We'll meet for coffee. We'll talk about something else. It's not always all the time, but then I will find a creative way to slide it back in, right? When the timing is right, I'll find a creative way to slide it back in. So maybe you take a break, but then you slide it back in, especially with the people that like, and trust, because let me tell you, it is hard sometimes with family and friends. They are the hardest on us, right? But sometimes I always say, whoever answers the phone is perfect. They're ready to go. I play the perfect game. So when I'm doing these follow-ups, I'm going, okay, whoever answers the phone is perfect. Whoever responds back is perfect. If they don't respond back, they're just not ready. And that's where this comes in, this looking zone. And George, do you want to talk about the looking zone? This is your favorite thing to talk about.
Yeah,
Okay.
the looking, by the way, something in the slide before, 3% of the people only follow up more than 5 times. It's no weird or it's not coincident that 3% of the wealth in any profession that 3% cap may have 80% of the income. And the reason is that because they follow up, they do the thing that's supposed to do to follow up. And that applies to our business too. It's on everything. Now, the looking zone and the non-looking zone. So let's suppose that you call a friend right now, and the friend said, and the friend just had a promotion. He has a company car that is a Mercedes-Benz. He has a whole month of vacation, etc. And when you call, and then they increase their income by twice, you call that person and say, I have a business that I want to introduce you to. The person may say, you know what? I'm not interested. He is excited. But then when you hang up, the boss come back to the guy and say, oh, shoot, you are not the person that we are giving the promotion. Sorry, we have to cut your salary in half. You have to work extra hours. We cannot pay you more, just 10 days of vacation. The guy get very upset. If you call back that person at that time, they are in the looking zone. It's why follow-up is so important. Things change. And it's why the follow has to be consistent. Probably if it's a person that you want to have in your team at least once a month, send in some information. Hey, I want to check with this video. How are you doing? When I was in another company, the person that sponsored me, he followed up with me 42 times. And then finally I signed up in a convention. He was saying how just the fact that he followed up with me had produced up to that time $5 million. Now, that's why follow-up is so darn important. Many people, by the way, somebody signed up with somebody else because they didn't follow up. And by the way, that happened to me too, because in that company, somebody approached me first, but never follow up. This guy followed up for 42 times. But anyway, that's why it's important, follow up. And when you start following up, when the person dies. Or unless you don't like the person. If you think that the person is not going to be a good fit, of course. But this is very important. But anyway, that's why I want to say
Okay, right. If it moves, it recruits. If it's not moving, then you can stop recruiting. Okay. Okay. All right, that's good. All right. So next, oops, I'm sorry, I'm trying to, oh, there we go. Following up. Oh, there we go. Okay, so you want to follow up within, that's supposed to say within 24 to 48 hours. Now that's the team standard. Okay, the team standard is if I send a link or a video, I will be checking in with them within a couple hours of them watching it, and definitely the next day. And if they don't get back to me, I'll still follow up the next day. And why do we do that? I'll tell you why. Anybody here know what it feels like to be busy? Anybody here know what it feels like to be tired, stressed out, have a million plates spinning? Anybody? So do they. So if they view something, if you send them a link from your app and they view that, when do you want to reach out? When it's fresh in their mind, right? When they've recently viewed it, not days from them. Oh, that's true. Wendy, Daryl, we can hear you. Hold on. Let me try to, oops. I can't reach back.
You can't. I'll let you get out.
Okay, hold on. Let me make sure. I just want to make beautiful. Thanks, guys. Okay. So I gotta move that. Okay, there we go. All right. So when we follow up, it's within 24 to 48 hours. If they say no, ask if it is okay to stay in touch. Remember, NO is really KNOW. They don't know enough to really say no to you yet. They only know what you've sent them and what you've shared. They've never been to an event. They've never been on the phone with an upline leader. They haven't seen the fullness of your opportunity yet, right? That's how you know that it's KNOW, right? So we always ask permission to stay in touch.
By the way, something very important is how it is okay to stay in touch. You're saying a thing that 99.9% of the people are going to say yes.
Yeah, of course.
That's why that word is so important. There's a reason we put those words.
And when they say yes, connect with them at least once a month, right? When they say, of course, I'd love for you to follow up, you want to share experiences. When you come on these calls and people share stories with you and it reminds you of somebody on your list, what should you do? That's a tool, right? You want to take that story and go, oh my gosh, Wendy, I heard this incredible story today. Would it be okay if I called you and shared it with you later today? I got to tell you what happened. I was on this call this morning and I heard this woman named Sylvia have this great experience on the products for the first time ever. I think that could be what you're looking for. Things like that. If you're sharing those stories, stories are tools you want to stick in your tool belt, okay, to share with others. And you're always providing value. Let's say we have a new piece of product information come out. You're going to send that to everybody. Oh my gosh, you guys, we just got this new Visage video. I'd love to share it with you. If you haven't seen it yet, you're missing out. Take a look, right? You're finding creative ways to engage them. Like George said, when Jimmy called you 42 times, okay, every single time he was engaging you in a new story, a new thing, something you hadn't heard yet, right? So that's how leaders follow up.
So some people have asked me, what did he tell you the 42nd time? It doesn't have anything to do with the 42nd time. It was a follow-up.
Yeah.
Every time was building up.
Yeah, there wasn't one call where he was saying, this is the 40th time I've called, George, and you still haven't signed up with me yet. No, he was saying, hi, George, how's it going now? How's everything doing? How's your family? He was forming him. How's your family? How's business going? You guys doing anything fun? All right, the reason I'm reaching out is because, you know, my friend, I'm still thinking about you. I still would love to partner with you in my company. You know, things like that, right? But he wasn't pushy, he was his best friend. He developed a relationship. Some of you guys need to expand your capacity. Open your capacity for relationships. Open your capacity up. You know, it's harder the older we get. I think sometimes we have 10 friends, we see 5 and 2 are our best friends, right? That's how sometimes life happens as far as that goes. Oh, I sent balloons too. All right. All right. So, right. So what happens is you want to remember you've got to open up and expand your capacity to be able to bring in new conversation and new people. It's never just going to be these 3 people or these 5 people or these 10 people. You're going to expand your capacity and create new friendships and create, you know, you're going to broaden your perspective. You're going to remind them about the benefits of our business and products, and you're going to follow up using all modalities: text message, voice message, social media, the phone for sure, email. Okay, we prefer voice calls and voice messages. Those are our preferred modality because they're the most powerful. All right, one time I enrolled a guy straight through voice text. He didn't have time to jump on a phone call. He was too busy. So I used the text to close scripts. I used the closing scripts. I texted him out. This is the information you need to send to me so I can get your account opened. All that happened via voice text. Why? He heard me. He now knows me. He likes me. He trusts me. I gave him assurances. I followed the take the order follow-up form, right? When I was taking his order and I said, I'm going to be sending you a welcome email in the next, you know, by later tonight. You're going to receive one from me and one from the company. And then once you receive your products, you're going to use this link and you're going to book an onboarding call with me where we go through your products and we go through your back office. And I sent him a welcome email right away, right? So all of that is a part of this team standard. There's not one part of this business opportunity and this team that you're in called Legacy Makers that hasn't been planned out for you in advance. This is plug and play, baby. That's what it is. Follow the letter R, legacymakers.com, the business training. It's a 5-point recruiting system that takes you through every step of the way for maximum optimization of your business and to create long-term success. So you're covering your booty, your CYA, right? You're making sure you're always onboarding people appropriately. Right after the follow-up. So you don't have to worry. You take the order, you open the account, you send the welcome email, you book the onboarding call. That's the team standard. Okay. All right. So, oops, next. Oh, well, how do I get off of it? Okay. All right. So one thing I want George to walk you through is how he really engages people for the business opportunity. So when he's following up with somebody and he's testing them on the business, not just the product, how do you get them engaged? This is the script he uses.
Yeah. Well, something, by the way, after they do the presentation, I think we, oh.
No, it's right. Oh, go back.
Okay. All right. No, never mind. Okay. I thought there was a
it's okay.
business today.
No.
Okay. All right. Before that, as soon as you follow up, one of the first things that people say, well, what do I say? You don't say, what do you think? Never say, what do you think? Say,
what do you like?
What do you like? What else do you like? Because you say, what do you think? And the person right now has the dog barking in the back. One of the little kids is trying to jump in through the wall, not through the window, or something is happening in the house. They are not thinking. But if you are specific, what do you like the most? What else do you like? The reason is because you want to find points of view that are positive. Because if you say, what do you think? And if it's a very analytical person, I didn't like that there was a grammar mistake on the presentation.
It's okay.
And that's not a good way to start a follow-up. And then after that, because I am talking about business, say, how much would you like to earn? By when? Because, and then the person said, let's suppose 12 months. Why? Because I want to know why they want to make the money. Because the goal never is the money. There's a reason. It's for that money. How many hours per week do you have for this? They can tell you 5 hours a week, 1 hour a week, 20 hours a week, doesn't matter. If this, and then if this business can help you to earn, let's suppose that they say $5,000 per month, by working only 10 hours per week, would you be ready to start now? You see, I am ready to close the person from 0 to 10. Where are you now? 0, no interest at all. 10, I am ready. Where do you feel? Where do you feel you are now? Do you want to start fast or faster? By the way, why did I say fast or faster? Because faster would be the bigger package. Think about that. Fast would be the other packages. And that's it. And then that's the way, but you see, I already put in some things. Now, after a person closed down, by the way, I said, you were serious that you want to make, let's say, for us, $5,000 a month. Let me show you what you must do. If you're new, let me introduce you to a call or to my upline. The reason is because many people start and they start calling everybody. They don't follow any of the things. They don't know anything about the business. Two people say no and they quit. That's why it's so important to say, you really want to make $5,000 a month? Okay, let me connect you to the person that's going to work with us and let's follow instructions. It's like a recipe. You don't tell somebody, say, whoa, I want to make an ice cream, I don't know, a cake with chocolate and caramel. And the person say, okay, I'm going to do it. And they don't follow the instructions because they don't know how to bake a cake. That's the same with this. Very important, working with the upline. I don't like when people say, I'm going to call my friends. No, before you start doing that, let's talk. Because you don't know what you're going to say. But anyway, of course, I'm going a little beyond the follow-up, but that's something that I want to ask. But I always, this is basically the model that I follow. Before, again, I ask, what do you like? What else do you like? It's so darn important. And then that's when we launch the business of the person. And again, fast and faster is setting up the faster package, again, the bigger package, and then that they're going to follow instructions. Go ahead.
No, that's great. Yeah. Okay, so you might want to ask questions like,
if it is about the products, yeah.
Which products are you most interested in using? If you feel that 3 can help you to achieve optimal health by using all 6 products as directed, would you start now? Do you feel you have enough information to get started today? That's the one that I go to nonstop. Seriously. Do you feel like you have enough information to get started today? Yes? Okay, great. Where do you want your product shipped to? What product pack do you want? What's your credit card expiration? I literally go into taking an order. I do not wait. There's no hesitation in me taking an order. So when I go to follow up and they say, yes, they're ready to get going, I'm like, awesome. Okay, where would you like your product shipped to? What address? And you guys, usually I already have their enrollment form halfway filled out because when I'm recruiting, I print out a series of the enrollment forms that take the order forms. And I put their name at the top while I'm in the process of recruiting them. And then that way I just know I'm going to end up enrolling them, right? So I've already got the majority of it, like their name, phone number, all that filled out. The only thing I'm really asking is what product pack they want. I need their shipping address, their credit card, their email, etc. And that's it. So I'm very quick about going straight into the order form.
I want to say one thing important. The reason we do it this way is because if you tell the person, go to the computer, log in, etc., then what if they say, I cannot get in, oh, my internet went down. Then they say, oh, maybe I don't do it today. Let me do it tomorrow. Here you are adding all the information, you do it yourself.
Yeah, I rarely send somebody a link for them to enroll themselves. It never happens. I just don't. Even if they're a customer, I don't. I put that first initial order in myself because I want to control where they go in the tree because I'm the boss. I'm in charge of my business and so are you. You're the boss, right? So you need to make sure that you take control of that first order so you know that they're going left, right, wherever they're going, okay? Making sure placement is appropriate. So I'm always doing that. And honestly, I just launched a gal last month that just got started and she said, I'm really excited about this. I did several Zoom calls with her people. We onboarded 2 people and I took the orders right on those Zooms, those one-on-one Zooms for her and then showed her how to enroll them in the tree, just FYI. So I'm always sort of taking, oh, look, see Christine, there's the pro. She's got her enrollment forms out right in front of her. She's ready to rock. I always have it ready. If not, I've got a piece of paper. I literally have the order form memorized. Okay, so I'm always taking the first order myself, never sending a link for them to order. That's just me. Okay, all right, you guys, and that is it. Remember, this is an ongoing daily process, right? When we start our goals call in the morning, we always say, what will you do today? And of course, it's some type of connecting, presenting, and following up, right? You're doing all of that. Do. So when we have that 3x3x3 method where we give you the an idea. You don't have to do anything you don't want to do. Remember, you're the boss here, but the team standard really ideally would be that you reach out to a minimum of anywhere between 3 to 10 people per day, connecting, presenting, and following up. So that's why we have the 3 by 3 by 3 daily method. And when we do our check-ins, people know. They're like, well, yesterday it was more like a 2 by 3 by 1, or it was a 3 by 2 by 2, right? It becomes this little language where, you know, or is an 8 by 10 by 5, you know, where they're connecting with 8, presenting to 10, and then following up with 5, right? So they're telling us what they're doing in their day based around this. So that daily practices in the tracker form under the how to become a 3-star on the business resources, they're printing that out because they know at a minimum they're doing either the daily, the 3 by 3 by 3, or they're upping those numbers. And we have that next level tracking form up where you're connecting with 30 people, knowing that 15 will say yes to taking a look and 5 will enroll. So you're following the numbers, right? So that's where this comes in. Okay, we've covered a lot. That is it. I don't want to fire hose you with any more information today. We are happy to have shared that with you. I hope you guys found value in that. And just getting that refresher and that reminder about following up. Thank you for putting the perfect start in there, Nicole. The whole time I was thinking that. Thank you. Yay, teamwork makes the dream work. It's there. And welcome all of you newbies. We're thrilled to have you. You kind of got a lesson, and well, you didn't kind of, you got a lesson in follow-up today, but you'll want to
Antoine,
start
can I
with
ask you a quick question?
You know. Who is that? Oh, go ahead, Antoinette.
Antoinette, quick. You know, when you are with someone and you fill out the order form, I love your questions at the bottom. Do you give them that paper and then you take a picture to do their order? How do you do that?
Oh, no, I don't. Oh, you mean like if they do it on their own? Is that what you mean?
No. You're at an event, and remember your order form that I love that's on your website, and it says your order's coming at this time. Da 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 da. Do you just say that to them, or do you give them that order form?
I say it to them. So I don't give it to them, I say it to them. So if we come to business training, okay, and under business training, I come down to, let me see, I think it's under tracker form, actually, roadmap to 3-star. Okay, here's the tracker for, wait, where's the order?
I think it's under, I don't remember where it's at, but I love your,
it's right here, team order form. Yeah, I adopted what the company put out, but then simplified it. So it's not like all the bells and whistles or the pictures of anything, but at the very bottom, it says, remind them of the following. And this is what I'm saying. So after I take the order, I say, I just want to remind you, you know, Antoinette, that you're going to receive your products anywhere between 3 to 9 business days. The company will send you a welcome letter. I will send you one from our team. It'll have your username and password information on it. SmartShip has been set up to help save you 10%. It can be changed or edited at any time. And I always say, please refer back to your welcome email for instructions. And then I say, please text me when your products arrive and we'll schedule an onboarding call. And then I thank them for their time and I get off. Right? I never, once they give me their info, I do not sit there on a computer and try to walk them through. It's like the most tedious task. They don't want to watch it. They don't want to be a part of it. They want plug and play too, right? So I take the order, I say these things, I go in, I enroll them myself after I jump off the call, and I send them the welcome letter that you guys can download, right? See here, you see that I'm going straight into the order. So I already have these printed out where I've got their name, their, you know, if I know their date of birth, I add it, their phone number, their email. So the only thing I'm really asking is this. And honestly, I don't even ask them for username and password. I always set people up with like S Crow or F Timmons, or I put like their name, you know, all lowercase. And then for password, I do like healthy 1 or healthy 1, 2, 3, something I'm going to remember. So that they're not, because they won't oftentimes. So I'll go to do the onboarding call and log them into their back office. And like, they're like, oh yeah, you sent it, but I didn't have a chance to read it yet, da, da, da. You know, that's why I do it, because I can say, well, you can always refer back to it, but I think it's this. And then I go in and I say, is there a password you'd like better? I help them change and edit and like get involved in their site. And then I take this, the credit card information, the order. So these are easier for me to print out because they're just one page, you know, so I just keep these next to my office, or, you know, when I just know that this is, now it's like lodged in my brain for life. Okay. Like, how do I take the order? So I could be anywhere and take an order.
And by the way that we train people is about that. Remember, we take the information here, And then when they have the first person, we are training them how to do it. First in the form, and then how to enter in the computer. Now they don't know how to enter in the computer because we did it for them, because it's more effective, faster, and avoid any problems like, again, oh, I cannot get in, oh, the internet is not working, or something like that.
Yeah. So you guys, here's that name. These are all forms for tracking. Here's the names list, the 3x3. Here's the level up, the tracker form 30. Here's the roadmap to 3-star. And here's how to show somebody how to make their first 2,000. So these are all in there under tracker forms, track your path to success. What else did we talk about today? As far as follow-up, you guys in the business training, it goes through, this is what George and I basically took you through, was the clothing scripts. Here's a follow-up call guide. That's how to do a 3-way call with your upline leader, make sure they're edified. All of this is here. Okay, so just follow the perfect start. All right, and we'll go from there. Okay, I wish we had lots more time today, but we are at well over the top of the hour. We took 15 more minutes to hang out with you guys today. So we're gonna go get ready and continue building here in Florida. We're excited to be here. And you guys, thanks for being on. And tomorrow's gonna be another great subject. Make sure you guys jump on the Global Monday OPP if you have guests going there. And we will see you tomorrow morning. Okay, yeah, tonight. Yeah, All right, okay. All right,
Very
friends,
good.
have a wonderful day. Bye, everybody. Bye-bye.